Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
This is Sexy Nerd Science, Season 3, Episode 16. For God so loved the science, he gave his only begotten podcast.
How did I know you were going there?
That was just off the cuff.
For
Yeah.
316, yeah, it happens.
I was going
Podcast 316.
I was going to say, because the podcast said so. But we can go there. We got a post-con show for you guys. Good stuff here. We just fresh off Planet Comicon.
None of us are tired at all.
Not at all. It's like we have great. It's not like we decided not to record the next day, and we're recording, 2 days after. But anyway.
No, Drew, that's exactly what we're doing.
Oh, it's Tuesday?
Did you forget?
Yeah.
Do you fuck with the what?
Tuesday is coming. Did you bring your coat? I'm feeling fat and sassy.
All right. So got a little bit of stuff going on here before we jump into how our weekend went. A couple just small announcements in a space we're just now getting into with our YouTube videos. Us being on YouTube, we've watched YouTube fairly frequently. A couple of our favorites are kind of I don't know, would you call it a hiatus or not a hiatus, but uncertain ground, if you will?
Well, that's what the internet's calling it, hiatus, but uncertain ground's fine too.
So us here at SexyNerdScience are big fans of epic rap battles of history. And one of the members of Epic Rap Battles of History, Epic Lloyd, is looking to branch off and start a new YouTube show called Epic Studios. Dale, you want to give us a little bit about what's going on with that?
So, yeah, I've been following Epic Rap Battles of History since pretty much few of the first episodes of season 1.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. I think Josh got me into it. And,
You're welcome.
It was a pretty awesome show, and it still is. But they've been kind of slowing down with how many they release, or how many they, how many new thoughts they do. So every season, their amounts get less and less and less as far as how many they record. So. I saw this on Google News or whatnot, and it said that Epic Lloyd is coming out with his new YouTube channel. Well, it's actually the same YouTube channel he has already, but he's coming out with a new show on it, and like I said, called Epic Studios, like you said, Drew. It's about him and his trying to keep his father is a rock star, or was a rock star. After his untimely death, he took over the studio and started trying to bring it back. And the hijinks of Epic Lloyd, obviously.
This is a fictional thing, though, right?
This is a fictional thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Made-up story. However, I do not believe it's going to be on YouTube Red. It's just going to be a legit, you can watch it on YouTube.
So
yeah, YouTube Red's weird.
So, YouTube Red's only for like the constant listening, right? Like no ads, no
It
nothing.
also has paid, like you can get like extra stuff. Like PewDiePie used to have like a TV show on there. There's a movie, like there's an actual feature film, like episode series. I can't remember what exactly it's called, but it's about like students who like have to pass tests or they get killed. That's a YouTube Red series.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Death Hall Pass,
Something like that.
Death Note. But
Anyway. The point is, though, the show itself is on YouTube. They're going to have a total of 13 episodes, pretty much just like Netflix. It's going to be on his channel, Epic Lloyd, or YouTube /user/Epic Lloyd. We'll have a post for that.
Dale, so this description that we have here, the first 4 episodes are already on his channel, and 3 episodes will be released every Wednesday until a total of 13 are online. So that's like
Correct.
3 more Wednesdays, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so there's gonna be 3 episodes every Wednesday for the next couple weeks.
And
Is he still doing? Still doing diss raps for hire?
I don't know.
I haven't seen one of those in a while, but they're pretty good.
Yeah. but I know that he's each episode of this would have its own song, and I have no idea. And that's the next little bit about Epic Rap Battles of History. As far as him branching off by himself, is he going to stay by himself? Is he going to continue on doing Epic Rap Battles of History? Who knows? But the next little bit of the information, like I said, is unknown for season 6 for ERB. There was a tweet, I think, from Nice Peter explaining that they simply ran out of ideas. That's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
And there's forums and stuff posted about like different things, but
yeah, well, and Nice Peter started off doing his own thing too with the picture songs, and I haven't seen one of those in a while. And not that I've been super following Nice Peter, on his own, but picture songs always made me laugh. I liked it a lot. But Epic Rap Battles. I mean, they got almost 6 seasons. 6 seasons in a movie. They almost got 6 seasons out of it. I mean, that's how many number of characters rapping epically, battling epically. So yeah, I mean, it's no harm, no foul if they just don't have ideas, as long as there's not like some epic rap battle feud going on. I think we'll be okay. But yeah, another bit of
sexy news.
Yeah, some more sexy news.
Seems like you got a brain fart right there.
At first, I thought that it was like a video game system, but now it makes sense. Oh, Comicon 64 days away.
I thought we were gonna do the first bit.
Oh,
because it matches up with YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I thought they got moved around, but do we want to do it that way?
Well, so hey guys, Comic-Con's coming out in 64 days. Yours truly will have a booth there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're
doing our podcast stuff.
We're gonna be at Comicon. The way they've got it set up is pretty neat, or they're planning on having it set up is pretty neat. There's actually going to be a pod. We'll call it the Pod Bay. There's going to be a podcast area for what I'm assuming is going to be interviews for any of the guests that'll be there. There's a couple Omaha podcasts that have sprouted in the recent years since we've started. You obviously had two-headed nerd that was around before we were, and then we popped up, and there's a couple more. One of which we just kind of got wind of, the Weekly Geekly. I think they are planning on being there. So there's going to be a bunch of podcasts. Matt has made it abundantly clear that he understands that this is a podcast area, and that they do well at his show. So he's made it a big ticket item to be a podcast at Comicon. So look for us, hopefully in a nice big upfront booth. And from there, we'll go into nerdy news. And back into that would be some more YouTube news, I would assume. Yeah.
I think it's a bit more than just YouTube, because I mean, rumors have been circulating about like the death of YouTube for a while, with how monetization's going on and how creators aren't able to make money. But so one of our favorite, in fact, previous Sexy Nerd of the Month channels, Philip DeFranco Show, DeFranco Fam, all these YouTube channels. We were graced with some news the other day that Philip DeFranco is going to be launching his own independent and impartial news show. So before he was part of a larger network, and now he's going to be doing it on his own, funding it himself for the most part. And
yeah, he's going to be funding it himself, but he's also looking for help via Patreon. which is we'll have links in the description. So we'll definitely get that going for Phil. So you guys who listen to the show will be able to donate to that if you guys want, or subscribe to. I guess it's a subscription, right?
So you subscribe to Patreon's. What you do is you pledge money monthly. So like Philip DeFranco can have a monthly goal of how much he wants to raise every month. And then people essentially pledge that amount of money to him. If he gets more, he gets more. If he gets less, then he needs to cover it himself. But this way, what it's going to do is it's going to make sure that, he doesn't care about ad revenue, where he'll still probably have ads, but he's not necessarily if he gets demonetized, because of the AdSense from there, which Facebook's doing a lot of, even to a lot of news shows like the Young Turks and stuff like that. If you talk about the things in the world right now, it's considered not monetarily appropriate for YouTube, and they defund your YouTube videos with little to no warning of what's exactly considered. I mean, they give guidelines, but then there's
a lot of
some
area.
Yeah. So it's not specific enough. So I can see why Philip DeFranco is taking the Patreon thing this way. If you donate a certain amount of money, you get different goods for pledging a good monthly amount. So there's monthly Q&As between Patreon subscribers and not for him. So if you pledge, X amount of dollars, you can be part of the monthly Q&As, and you get to ask Philip DeFranco questions. You pledge like $100 a month, and he'll make you like a customized video. So if Sexy Nerd Science wants to get $100 together, get a video made for us by Philip DeFranco.
Come on, man! What's all that expendable money you got?
Yeah, you used it all at con.
Oh yeah. Speaking of con, good segue there. I don't know who set you up for that, but that was beautiful. So we went to Planet Comicon 2017, and it was great. For those of you who don't know or just listening to the show, you saw us there at Planet Comicon probably because we were wearing purple shirts and handing out free stuff. Swag, if you will. Stuff we all get. Learn the acronym.
Also dropping knowledge.
Yeah, dropping knowledge, asking questions, making people feel smart. So we went to Planet Comicon. We'll just go top down. Dale, I guess on my screen. Dale, how'd you feel? Yeah, you.
I think me. You picked on me. Overall, yeah. I think it was fantastic. I think we got a lot of return for what we put into it, as time-wise, I mean. We had a lot of people walking by, interacting with us, engaging, taking plenty of cards. I feel like there was a lot of sincerity with most people as far as them actually saying they're going to listen to us. So if you said you were going to listen and you're listening, thank you very much. Please try to share us around a little bit. That would definitely help us. But I definitely think overall it was good because it made everybody you got a return back for it. So yeah, Drew, what'd you think?
I thought it was good. I really enjoyed being at con. That was Bartle Hall was our first gig, if you will, as a team. The three of us, though it was not Planet Comicon, it felt nice to come back this year to Bartle Hall and to a bigger con. And have a booth space and be able to kind of, have people come over and see what we're about, even if they were drugged there by their girlfriends, wondering what Sexy Nerd Science was. I think we got a lot of people who were actually, in places where they had scientific type backgrounds that wanted to come talk to us. We had a couple.
Very nice.
It was very nice. Yes, a couple of PhD people with PhDs. or any sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Education background.
Educational background in science. Thank you. So it was nice. I really enjoyed being able to go and just kind of, it was like relax, but also freak out all at the same time, kind of just see where we were going to go with the days. But yeah, we ended up handing out all of our stickers. I think I tried to count when I was picking up, but I think we only have like 112 buttons left. And I think we got 300 of those.
So we probably can get through Comicon with those, right?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, so we did that. We got some nice audio clips and everything. Josh, what do you think?
Thank you. I loved the conversations we had with people. Like you said, there were a lot of people with educated backgrounds, PhDs, just different topics for things that we could talk with. I felt like, there was a time where, there was a person that I was talking to and really excited to hear more from them. There were people that you were talking to that you found something to connect with them on. And Dale found things to connect with people on. Dale, have you managed to play Overwatch with that one fan of ours now?
No, but shout out to Spud Kitten. Hopefully, I'll be definitely. I haven't gotten a chance to play Overwatch since I got home, but I haven't written it down.
Spud Kitten 1212 or 1212.
I'm not going to put it on the podcast, but
no, but yeah, something.
But yeah, something cool. Shout out to her. The only person I connected with, or not only person, but made an impact at least.
I think that was it was really funny because we were like, well, what does Dale do? What's his nerdy thing? And I'm like, well, we don't really have one really. And then they started talking Overwatch, and then completely left me behind. I was like, Overwatch. I don't even know what's an Overwatch. What's a tracer? I don't even know.
Nerddom in me. I have Doctor Who and
there's nerddoms. I think that just goes to show that we all have little bits of things that we are nerdy about. And that was a question of the week a long time ago too. So I think that was really cool. I enjoyed those conversations, and those are really only the conversations that we get. We don't get those very often when we're walking around taking pictures. We don't get those very often when we're just passing out business cards. Having the booth, having people come to us asking, hey, what's this about? Why are you guys so special? Why do you have a booth? That was awesome. And I loved having a booth because early in getting everything set up every morning, it laid out, it was just great.
Well, and like what you said, walking around trying to figure out, where we're going to go without a booth, and what we're going to go and where we're going to find a space to just try and talk to people. It's a lot harder to do. At specific cons, later down the line, it might be nice to go around and just, try and interview some people, but also, you make people feel weird when you do that sort of, you make them stand in the middle of an aisle when they're trying to get somewhere, things like that are, so you have a booth that people are expected to stand in front of them. It's just more, we'll call it homely, to do it that way.
I definitely agree with what you're saying. The booth, had a centralized location that people could visit us, and people said they saw us walking around and they want to come visit us, and they followed us on Twitter. So they wanted to come see it, check us out. I definitely found it was a very nice way to get people to come to us. But also, I found that just with the one booth we had, we had a booth at Comicon just happen chance last year, but this year it'll be pretty much ours to do. I think we learned some stuff at Planet Comicon on what we want to do or what we want to actually, give back as far as the con and the interviews and whatnot. So I think that's definitely something cool.
Yeah, I think one of the things I would really like to do in the future with other cons, I definitely do still the ram's horn approach, where we have like we have our booth, you know, one side of it, and then we also have like the let's take photos and go out and interview people. I think when we do have someone who can kind of act as more of a photographer for our con or for our booth, and for our brand, you know, when we have those at different conventions, basically when Amanda can make it up and things like that. I mean, I think that really does help too, because I think we did see that at Comicon. We had one of the best picture displays we've had ever. You know, like it was just great. Lots of people responded back. We got a lot of following just from that. And then, you know, we also got to meet with people. So I think it is something that we can do both on still. But I mean, I know right now, I mean, the podcast side, we want people to be interested in us because we're a podcast, not because we just take pictures at cons. So, but I think both help.
Of course, but it is part of you know the brand, and we do want to you know fill out the brand Sexy Nerd Science, you know, as a good podcast.
Brand demand expand.
Yeah, I think that's the saying.
That's the saying for Spring Mobile.
I thought so. I thought that's what we've heard 1,000 times before. But from
make sure to tell my district manager who's visiting tomorrow.
Perfect. I'll stop in. But a couple really big things that came from Planet Comicon were some. I hate you. A couple really big things that came from Planet Comicon.
Not just me and Dale.
What is that supposed to mean?
We're bigger guys.
Oh, that's right.
I thought you were going somewhere completely different with that, and so I know you were. But anyway, so we were able to meet some very awesome people as far as the guests were concerned. But one in particular who we were basically shooting for since the day we started planning for Planet Comicon was Jessica Nigri.
The day we found out, I was like, how cool would it be if we got to talk to Jessica Nigri on the podcast or about the podcast? And I'm sure we're probably, if we didn't already, we're complete idiots, but we definitely need to use Jessica Nigri on the clip head for this on our website, because that is, I mean, as much as we want to call it clickbaiting, I mean, it is technically clickbaiting, but it's the best clickbait out there. This is like the stink bait for clickbait.
Good thing we got a few photos of it, right?
Speaking of Philip DeFranco, he would be nowhere if he didn't have Jessica Nigri on like 80% of his old clickbait posts.
Well, I was going to say that is something that you do in your private time, clickbait.
I think that was a joke from Drew.
Yeah,
Boom.
I got it.
So anyway, yeah, we had Jessica Nigri on the podcast or on a recording for the weekend, and it was really awesome. She was so nice. We met her day one on Friday. Actually, the girls who we were with went and were first in line to meet her for the whole entire weekend, which was very cool. They got pictures with her, and then shortly after we went in line and got pictures with her. Josh, was that correct?
Well, so we kind of skipped ahead because we were talking with Abby and Keith, our good friends who were there at Planet Comicon as well, who we don't ever want to, like, I don't want to take away from the fact that Abby and Keith were there because they're some of my favorite people. But we were talking with them, and I spoke with Keith about maybe talking with Jessica, and then brought us both over to then meet Jessica and introduce ourselves. Well, he brought me over, and then you came over later on, and then you came in. Yeah, I guess we waited in line the second time.
Yeah.
But because I remember I went for a handshake, and she went for a high five.
Yeah, that was the awkward.
And I was like, and then we just hugged it out.
That was the awkward bro hug moment that you came back to the table with. Yeah, so at that point,
She told me I smelled like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we should call that a compliment or not. But yeah, so we went back, got pictures and everything. Awkward thumb pose that we did, both of us. I don't know if you realize that, but we both were like,
thumbs up. It's a universal sign for
perfect. Zang. So yeah, we got Jessica Nigri to do an interview on day 3, right away in the morning, which was great because we could take our photos that we got taken with her and go get those signed by her, which she mentioned was a great idea and nobody had ever done it before. To literally go get prints from day 1 and then take them and get them signed by her. So drop in the bucket for us. But yeah, do we want to do this whole thing? Do we have any more to say about Planet Comicon?
Yeah, let's just let's let them listen to our fun little interview here clip. Brief little intro, and then we'll start that up.
This is Sexy Nerd Science. We're live at Planet Comicon. We're at Jessica Nigri's booth here.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We were graced with a tiny, quick interview. So we were gonna quiz you on some of your science knowledge.
Oh, cool.
So our podcast is called Sexy Nerd Science.
Yay.
You got the first 2 check. By reputation. Now we're gonna check
My
sciencey
science.
news. So first sciencey question.
Dude, what is an ion?
An ion, is that the one that circles the nucleus? Or is that, because there's protons, ions, and neutrons, but I don't know what the ion is.
Electrons.
Electrons.
Orbit the nucleus.
Oh, no. See, I don't know.
That's all right. So a ion is an atom with a positive or negative charge.
I haven't gone to school in like 9 years.
That's all right.
That's all right. Yeah, no, it's fun.
The next question is, what element has the
Ryan, you
atomic
can help too.
number 2?
Oh no! Is
What?
that okay? So it's in the row, right? Because
Yeah.
it goes 1, 2, and then 1, 2 on the other side.
Yep.
I can see it, but I don't know what it is.
The second element on the periodic table.
I have no. Do you guys know what the second element on the periodic table is?
She's phoning friends.
Do you know? Helium.
Perfect.
Okay, well I phoned a friend, so I didn't get that.
That's all right.
That's I'm 0 for 2 right now.
Okay. What does it mean if a solution is basic?
Oh, acid and base. That means it's not acidic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ah,
Awesome.
Boom.
acid in the water. Do what you oughta, right?
She knows her basics.
There you go.
I know my base. I am.
She says with
basic.
her Starbucks cup.
I know my basics.
And then the last question, which is, what is the element, the alien element Superman is weak to?
Kryptonite.
Alternatively, what's the most popular Three Doors Down song?
Kryptonite.
Boom.
I was like,
All right.
is that really what it's? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy my man, you so call me Superman.
This is going to go
Perfect.
platinum now.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Those are our 4 questions for you, and then
I got 2 out of 2 out of 4. So.
50%. I mean,
Oh God,
I
I have
asked
to go back
the
to school.
actually,
Science.
technically, if we count the Three Doors Down song, you've got 3 out of 5.
Yeah. Which is better
Well,
than
I felt like that was more like extra credit, so I still got like
Bonus
still
point.
a
Bonus
C.
point, yeah.
I still got a C.
And then the last big question is, how do you feel about Planet Comicon?
Oh my God, everyone is so nice here. Oh, I love this convention. Hold on.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's how I
burp.
feel about it.
Burp.
Perfect.
Any plans
Burping pool?
to be
Burping
coming
pool.
back this way?
I would love to. If you guys would have me, I'll totally come.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Everyone's
there is
so
a
nice.
con. It's a smaller con, but we do Comicon in
Omaha.
Nebraska.
Ooh.
This year.
What's in Nebraska? Is there like cool stuff in Nebraska?
I mean, sort of. We
Like
have
cool, like no. When I say cool stuff, I mean like nature stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
We have,
so I'm all about
We
nature.
have a lot of good nature exhibits, like Continental
parks.
Forest is like kind of like a.
I'm gonna Google it right now while you're talking about
It's
it.
a prehistoric
It's a prehistoric, yeah.
forest just off the Missouri River.
What's it called?
Fontanelle Forest.
Fontanelle. Oh,
It's
Fontanelle.
named after an Indian chief.
Like this?
Yes.
Fontanelle?
But- yep, and then forest.
Fontanelle. Okay, Wendy meme. Did you guys see the new Wendy?
Yeah.
I was checking it out because I didn't know what it was. Forest.
Yep, Bellevue, Nebraska. That's actually where I'm from.
Are you really? You're from the
Yeah.
forest?
Yeah, I live there. Yep.
Wow. Are you an elf?
Wish.
That's actually really pretty. Oh.
Yeah, so we've got that,
I love
and
nature.
just a couple smaller lake things around. They're like more so man-made though. So
There's also the Strategic Air and Space Museum, which is like Stratcom was like before NORAD was in Omaha, Nebraska, and they still have a military base there. But just outside of Omaha in Ashland, they have a museum with like the old V2 rockets and stuff, and it's pretty sweet. There's like a hangar full of just old planes,
That's so cool.
history, science, all combined into one.
Science. That's cool.
Yes. Speaking of science, how do you feel about Bill Nye Saves the World? Have you checked it out yet?
No, but did you see that video of that lady on the news show in the morning, like totally snobbing him?
No, I did
There
not.
was this lady who, oh my gosh, she must have had like too many mimosas or anything, but she was like on a New York like morning show. You could tell she was just basic as hell. But she like
Non-acidic.
not acidic, but she was
sounds like she's being pretty acidy.
she was trying to like, well, Bill was trying to explain something and like teach them on the thing, and she just kept cutting him off, and she's like, okay, that's all the time we have for it, and she was like a total beach.
Speaking
I love
of
you,
all
Bill.
the time we have, I think that's pretty much.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I totally took that.
You're right. I was
stretched
just trying
it.
to keep it around 5 minutes so we don't like ruin anybody
Everyone's
else.
so nice though. Look at them all.
Yeah,
Everyone say hi.
Everyone excited to meet Jessica Nigri?
No. Oh, that was me.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jessica, for being. Oh no! Oh, I thought it was
I didn't
breakable.
know to jump. My bra came off.
and Keith were like sleeping under there. And it's
Oh, intercepted. You're on
Palmed
my
it.
team.
All right. Well,
Playing with
thank you.
football. Sorry.
It's all right. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
This is awesome. And hopefully we'll see you around Omaha, Kansas City area soon.
That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
Fontenelle Forest. Let's
Thank
go
you.
hiking.
High five. Oh my God, please.
Anytime you're in Bellevue, contact the podcast. We'll take you hiking.
We'll go hiking. Can we do like a podcast while we're hiking though? So like
That
while
would
we're
be
sweating
the
and like
most popular
stressing out,
podcast we probably ever.
we're like, hey everyone.
actually it'd be pretty on par because Josh breathes in the mic a lot. So.
I do.
Oh, there you go. I like a good mouth breather. Hello.
I can't believe someone hit her with a football.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculously annoying. At the point in time where you hear her kind of scream and say something about her boobs coming out of her bra, I think it was. Somebody had thrown a small Nerf ball at her from like down the line behind us while we were recording, which, you know, thanks to them, we got to basically cut everybody. And well, actually we were first in line, but we did get to do the interview with her before the Fast Pass people. So it was really cool. Josh, you got anything to say about it? Nothing?
I'm sorry, I was muted. I just had to listen to the last little second of that clip again. There's a brief time where we're talking about how I breathe through my mouth, and she's like, I like a good mouth breather. And I was like, ha. So it's for you. I hope she never hears this. I'm going to be so embarrassed.
So yeah, we were very excited to have that conversation with her. One of the best parts was I thought the phone a friend bit. It was great to get somebody else, you know, and also the parts where we were like, hey, is everybody, you know,
Getting because we were like what 10 minutes in. She came to her booth at like 10:30. It was like 10:40.
no. So
And
we came to her booth at 9:30. She was supposed to get there at 10. She basically got there at 10 to 10 and went and walked the floor and took pictures. And then came
Yeah.
to the booth at about 10:10 or so. She took about 20 minutes, and then which, you know, I don't think anybody was upset because obviously
No.
But so she was late, but on time perfectly.
But the thing I was gonna say is like in that short amount of time, like there amassed like 100 people.
Oh yeah,
It was really cool to talk to the crowd.
It was probably 50. So we got one line and then 4 zigzags of people, and then it went past that. So I would say probably about 50 people had just shown up in the amount of time that she got there, and then went and putzed around for a minute, and then actually came to our booth and started interviewing with us. And I mean, that was like minutes after the con opened. So
Huge shout out to Ryan for
yes.
awesome being. I mean, just a wonderful person as well, sitting there and talking with us and stuff, and scaring the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, sir. Awkward turtle and me.
Yeah. Trigger. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love Fake Nerd Boy. I like him a lot. I follow him on Instagram and everything. It was nice to speak with him in that interim while she was off taking pictures of things and people and stuff and things. And but yeah, anything that you really liked about the interview, Josh?
I liked that. Oh, first of all of our interviews had those same 5-6 questions in there. And I loved that because we were always quizzing people's science-y side. But also I loved the idea, like just the idea that she was like, oh yeah, like I love nature. Like we should go on a nature hike. Like that would be friggin' sweet. Like if we did like a nature hike podcast photo shoot thing, like that would be tons of fun. And I really, really, if it takes years of sending emails and stuff to Ryan, like I want to make that happen. I think that would be really cool.
Of course. So we definitely want to get something like that going. Did you think anything was funny about the recording, Dale? I know that you weren't really there because you were at the booth kind of holding down the fort for us.
I was very surprised on how good the audio quality was for a cell phone.
Yeah.
That's kind of, not a podcast grade, but you guys took the opportunity. You got good audio. I thought it was very nice.
Yeah, no, it was, we're very, very blessed to, #blessed to be able to get even the audio, for the phone. There was a part of me that like I actually had this entire idea to like basically wire everything up in my suitcase and basically just like roll it over to power and be good to go right there. But we weren't sure, we weren't certain we were going to get anything, and we just decided to roll with the cell phone, and it was great.
I regretted not getting video. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that was one of the things I thought about doing. I thought we should have had Dale come over and just call the booth off and have him come over and live record the interview. Would have been cool. Hindsight's always 2020 and all that stuff. But we're like I said, #blessed to have even the audio recording for that. But we have pictures of us to accompany that and everything, and sign sign prints and everything. Did you bought a print, right, Josh?
Yeah, I did. Someone didn't read the chat.
What happened with that?
I don't know if Drew might have signed off after I sent that message.
You brought it home and everything was hunky-dory?
No, it was not.
I didn't think so. I told you that would happen. And you were like, no, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah. It was a bad idea. Bad idea.
Oh, did that get vetoed?
Yeah. Vetoed in almost the worst way. So
which print did you get, Josh?
The Virgin Killer with Meg Turney and Jessica Nigri.
You didn't you?
Yep.
Look at that. We ended up getting like Reinhardt, the Reinhardt print for Tasha went back and got that for me on day 3 after the interview. Then she ended up getting 2 prints, and then we obviously got our pictures signed. So we're all Jessica Nigri stocked up in this house over here. Josh, you got your picture print signed, correct? And then the other girls we were with. Dale, why didn't you get a picture?
Of who?
Jessica Nigri.
Because I don't care.
You don't care if you got your picture taken with her?
I don't care that I get my picture taken with anybody.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Dale's normally the one behind the camera.
Dale's nice, but yeah. Also, just like I said, I don't want to I know we're all obsessing over Jessica Nigri there, but it was so nice seeing Abby and Keith. Oh man, Abby got me good too.
Did
with
she?
her little practical jokes. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys.
No.
Okay, story time for the podcast. And I know I've told this story before, but for those that don't know, the first time I met Abby Darkstar, I know this. Yeah, she decided to I was waiting in line to meet Meg Turney, and Abby was like, "Hey, you're waiting for Meg. She's going to be a little late. Why don't you come over here and talk to us for a little bit?" So I talked to her and Keith. Had a really nice time, talked to him, and then like Abby pulls me aside and she's like, "You have a booger in your nose," and I was like, "Oh," and then she just grabbed Kleenex and held it up to my nose and made me blow my nose. Like a mother would do to a small child, except like I'm clearly a foot taller than Abby, and it was just really awkward. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and I was embarrassed, like super embarrassed. Well, I met Jessica Nigri, did that awkward like handshake, like bro hug thing, and right after I was done meeting Jessica, like I look over at Abby and she pulls out a Kleenex and she points at the Kleenex and she's like, "Your nose." And I was like, "Oh, fuck." And she's like, I'm just kidding. I was like, "Damn it, Abby." Like, oh my God. It was just it was like the biggest troll ever. Yeah, I love Abby. She's one of my favorite people. Probably my favorite quote from Abby for the weekend was, "She's more than just tits and a pretty face." I loved it.
Quote from her?
Yeah, she said it at the bar afterwards because someone.
Was that about her or about Jessica?
It was about her. Well, I mean, like, because like people don't realize that like she's a successful business. Like she does a lot of really good things, and like working with Logitech and stuff. Like, I think she told someone, she was like, "Yeah, I ended up getting to play Mass Effect for like 3 months before it even came out." And someone's like, "What? How'd you get to do that?" And she's like, "I'm more than just tits and a pretty face. Like, I also play games and I work for Logitech and like I do all this other stuff." So, yeah, I got to just give a shout out to Abby and Keith. They're probably some of the most down to earth people that, I mean, their reach spans from who we would call celebrities to normal people. You know, they did a photo shoot with McCurdy Picks. And that was, I mean, it was awesome. So I'm just really excited to see all that go down. I love seeing Abby and Keith. And next time we got to hit up some of the superstars.
Speaking of superstars, I want to shout out to Project Nerd and Greg Ron Geeks, and I think Hidden Vision too. Those guys are all there, and they did a fantastic job.
Good old Project Nerd team.
Yeah, do we want to run through the stack of people who dropped their business cards off at our table and just thank them for stopping by? Because it's a long stack. I can go through it if you want me to.
We should just have rolling credits with all the special thanks to, and then just get them all done real quick.
That's not
I know. I'm just kidding.
Everyone do a freeze frame real quick. Ready, go. Okay, and then maybe we'll put something there. If not, I don't know.
All right.
If not, we just looked like idiots on this podcast.
I think, do we want to, I mean, that kind of wraps up the con weekend. Do we want to, where are we at with time? I don't think anybody ever really counted.
No, I didn't count it.
I know we've been going for about an hour or so.
Just really quick here, speaking of superstars, in sciencey news, we were aiming for the stars, and SpaceX successfully launched their Falcon 9 rocket, which delivered a government satellite into some sort of undisclosed orbit that they will not tell us, which I thought was kind of funny. They had to like cut the live feed once they got above like 100. I forgot how. It wasn't very high. It was like 92 miles up, and they had to cut the feed because they didn't want anyone knowing the exact altitude and trajectory of the satellite. So I thought that was cool.
So
the coolest thing though wasn't that they launched a rocket into space. Did you see the whole entire video?
It's that they bring it back. They bring the first phase back, and that is
phenomenal.
Yeah. So they were doing it on water landings for a little while to see if that could be done, and then this has been 3 launches that they've brought it back to the actual launch pad.
4th launch.
That they brought it back to the launch pad.
Yeah.
They said it during the video. They said this is the 4th successful mission. I don't know if that's, like you said, to the launch pad or what.
Yeah. And this was a brand new rocket too, so it wasn't a reused rocket. They have done one successful launch and re-entry on a reused rocket. So essentially having the cost that it costs for that rocket to go up. So that's pretty cool. Every time they will successfully launch that rocket, essentially you're having the cost again, because the majority of the cost comes in actually building the rocket parts, not the fuel. Or
Just
anything.
to be clear, he's saying half, not have.
Half.
Yeah.
Have.
You're not having the cost. You're halving the cost.
Oh, I'll have whatever I want.
So I guess we didn't really think of a question of the week this week, but I'm going to go ahead and just start this one. Did you attend Planet Comicon? Is going to be this week's question of the week. But as for last week's question of the week, would you stand in line for money? I think actually Kyle, who always.
Dang! Shout out to Kyle too. God dang!
Shout out to Kyle because he definitely
Ooh, Kyle.
definitely answered the question.
Well, I don't want to sidetrack thing, but like on Thursday, I got to Planet Comicon like a day early, and me and Kyle spent the whole day together. So shout out to Kyle because he was amazing. I had a great time with him.
You only had to spend the whole day with Dale because we didn't make it down there fast enough.
Hey, no, that's not true. I wanted to. It was fun.
Well,
Seriously.
Dale was there no matter what, like 7 hours before we would have been there anyway. So
Yeah, but
We just arrived
we had
7 hours after that.
We had a good time at the World War I Memorial. We spent a little time there. We went to dinner with Iggy and his crew. So it was fun.
I had no idea that World War I was fought in Kansas City.
No, it wasn't.
and this is why Josh does science and not history.
Exactly. But then we also did drinks with Jim. So shout out to Jim too.
Yeah, Jim. Shout out to Jim for letting me use his blow up air pump because Josh's sucks, and giving me a place to sleep for the weekend because my blow up mattress would have been flat had it not been for Jim. Actually, we probably just went down the Tesla, but anyway, who's counting? But we're gonna get back to the end of this podcast because we really have little time left here. Last week's question was, would you stand in line for money? Kyle did answer it, and he said if it was like bare minimum, if he didn't have anything else to do, he probably would. But yeah. Additionally, because I just said Kyle's name again, I also remembered another thing. And Kyle bought a T-shirt for our Planet Comicon exclusive T-shirt. I think
So now only the four of us will have it, and you all missed out.
I'm sorry. Did you guys buy it?
Yeah.
Because I know there was only 2 purchases. I bought one, and Kyle bought one.
yeah, we can relaunch that campaign for ourselves, though.
Oh, okay.
That being said, this week's question of the week is going to be, did you attend Planet Comicon? If so, please leave a very detailed diatribe of how you felt over the weekend and thank everybody that you talked to, because that seems to be the trend for for the Planet Comicon weekend. So give us a shout out. Let us know what you thought of it, and we'll definitely see you guys next week. Yeah.
If you're sexy and you know it, clap your hands. Way to miss out, Dale.
Clap your
What?
hands.
I said if you were sexy and you know it, clap your hands. And then me and Drew both clapped, and you just sat there
Well, why are we
So-
ending?
because we finished.
What about the Sexy Nerd of the Month?
Oh my goodness! If you forgot about the sexy nerd of the month, clap your hands.
Has it ever been Jessica?
No.
Do you want to make it Jessica?
I would love
This is going to
to
be a
make
huge edit
Jessica
job, by the
Nigri
way.
the sexy nerd of the month. How is this an ad job? This is original, pure art right here. This is raw.
Yeah, nobody
Emotional.
wants to listen to any of this crap.
Everybody wants to listen to this. They want to listen to the fact that me and Drew just screwed up, and then I was calling you out on your screw up.
Wait, I
then-
screwed up. Where did I screwed up at?
You didn't clap your hands when I asked if you were sexy.
Because
and
I
you
was
know it.
confused why we were stopping the podcast.
Exactly, which makes it even funnier because this was like ironic inception where I'm like, oh, Dale, you screwed up. And then Dale's like, haha, you guys screwed up. And we're like, oh, shit, we screwed up.
Anyway, we're wasting time. This week's Sexy Nerd of the Month is Jessica Nigri. Jessica Nigri is a very, very talented cosplayer. She's attended many cons. She's crafted many cosplay. She's got a Patreon and a bunch of prints available online. And she is going to be on our podcast.
And she's an avid Warcraft player.
She is.
She also plays. I mean, I don't know how she has as much time as she does to go to these cons and still manage to play video games and be awesome and just nerdy. And she is like super nerd. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
She's got the first two by reputation.
By reputation.
And now she's got the third. We gave that to her. We gave her
a science side. Weird science.
Oh, didn't someone ask us that?
Someone asked us if we did weird science type experiments.
Yes, but they were talking about actually weird.
This.
Make a real life Jessica Nigri tracer.
Yep.
With your terrible Mac.
That's the third time you hit your microphone stand.
Technically, one of those was me.
Oh.
But that one was Josh. So yes, Jessica Nigri is and also Josh, I just want to point this out.
What's up?
Mostly on the weekends. She does this for her full-time gig. I would assume she's got all week to do literally anything she wants. So she probably has a little bit of time to play some games.
With my heart.
Quit playing games with my heart, with my heart, with my heart. We should have known from the start.
Who our Sexy Nerd of the Month was?
From the start. But we had a brain fart. Yeah.
And it's not just because Josh ate spoiled milk.
Josh, it's milk.
He wasn't there for that part.
Oh, yep.
Oh man.
I'll tell you the story. It's fun.
All right. So I think that wraps up this podcast. That's pretty much it. If you guys are just listening for the first time, welcome to the Freak Show or SexyNerdScience, whatever you want to call it.
No one's ever called us the Freak Show.
Yeah, but that's like a saying, right?
Like in horror films, maybe.
If they haven't, they're gonna start. But yeah, so we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud is where where we host our audio. iTunes, we have a website, SexyNerdScience.com.
Podcast Addict, Podcast Republic.
We're on all those too.
We're on everything, motherfucker.
Whoa, we are famous. So yeah, check us out on all of those avenues that are for social media. Just one, it doesn't matter where you find us for listening. Just tune in and have a great time listening to us. We have a great time doing this. We thank and appreciate everybody who supports us in doing this.
Thank you, Planet Comicon.
Yes.
Thank you, Jessica Nigri, Happy Dark Star, everybody that we mentioned. Dale. Thank you, Dale. And Drew.
Yeah, Josh. Hear ye, hear ye. They love me. They really love me.
All right, guys. We got to get out of here.
All right. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys on the flippity floppity.
Bye.